Hello, Lakers fans. This is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by two of my prestigious co-hosts, Shane Christopher Murray and Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. Vito and Galvez are not with us tonight, but they'll be back next week, hopefully. Um, so this week we want to get into obviously, the biggest thing that happened since we last recorded was Spencer Dinwiddie after being traded from Brooklyn. I forgot who got traded to, but they waived him. The
Toronto.
Lakers turned to Toronto, and then the Lakers picked him up on the buyout market. So he's going to be in that Gabe Vincent role for the time being. Uh, Lakers play tomorrow at home against Detroit, and then on Wednesday against Utah at Utah. Then the All Star break happens. We're going to talk about the Kobe statue. One was unveiled, and there'll be two more per Vanessa Bryant. We're going to talk about, a little bit about the Super Bowl towards the end, Usher's halftime performance. And then also, if we have time, we'll ask Big Mitch to do a review of Kanye's joint album with Ty Dolla Sign, the Vultures album, Vultures 1. We'll see what he thought of that one. But like I said, we're going to start with the big news in Lakerland, which was Spencer Dinwiddie, who, if you recall, when we did the episode where we counted down the, was that the episode? I don't. Maybe it was the episode where we did the top 10 players, NBA players from Los Angeles, greatest NBA players from Los Angeles. But at one point, Vito mentioned that Spencer Dinwiddie is from Los Angeles. He went to Taft High School. Vito said he was a legend at Pan Pacific Park, which was over where we all went to high school together. Um, and I didn't know that he was from LA until Vito said that. And now here we are, and he's a Laker now. So I did also mention at one point when he was in with the intro with Kyle Kuzma, and he brought up Rick Fox and kind of disparaged Rick Fox's name a little bit, and Fox he had to check him. So that was something that happened, and like I said, now he's a Laker. So it's funny how things work out. But yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie, he's back home playing with the Lakers. Well, the LA Times when he was at Taft, he was in high school. The LA Times, if you go on YouTube, it's like a 14-year-old clip or something like that of the LA Times did a little video where they're talking about him while he was in high school. So maybe people can look that up and check that out. Check that out. Like I said, it's crazy how things come full circle sometimes. But I'll just start. Who wants to start with, you know, what they feel like Spencer Dinwiddie will bring to the Lakers? Who's going to go first? Or do I
MJ had
go?
the floor. Listen, hmm, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what exactly he's going to bring to the Lakers. Looking at his stats right now on the current season, I think the most impressive stat is, 48 games played, 48 games started. That's pretty good so far. He's averaging 30 minutes, 30.7 minutes, uh, shooting 39.1% from the field. He's shooting 32% from three, 78.1 from the free throw line. He is averaging 3.3 rebounds, 6 assists, zero point 0.8 steals, zero point 0.2 blocks, 1.3 turnovers, 12.6 points. Um, so just kind of going off the numbers, not being super familiar with his game. Uh, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what he's going to bring. to the team. I know that he played with D'Angelo, so at least he has some kind of familiarity, on the team with that. D'Angelo can help integrate him. Um, Knowing that they've played together before, that helps. A little discouraging, I think we complained so much last season about the three guard lineups, and of course, here comes Darvin Ham talking about, oh yeah, I foresee, D'Lo, Austin, and Spencer in a lineup. Maybe they could close games together. So the Darvin the Darvin Ham mistakes will probably continue. He's got a new toy, so we've seen how Darvin gets with his new toys. So
All right, let me pick this up.
no, I'm not finished. I am not finished. I don't interrupt you doing your nonsensical slander. So, um,
Man, can you be any more
this
depressing?
fool, this fool, this fool always throwing off my train of thought, man. It's Jesus Christmas, Anthony. You got to get this guy under control. But anyway, like I was saying, man, Spencer. I mean, seems to me with the team that we have, with the talent that we have, with the way that we've been playing recently, he, just like I said, kind of just judging off the numbers that I see here. I mean, if he kind of just comes in here and does this, I think that'd be fine, uh, based off how we've been playing lately. So, um, welcome to the Lakers, Spencer. The lights are bright. Be prepared to be scrutinized, for every shot, every dribble, every turnover.
Preferably by Mitchell.
You're gonna find out really soon what it's like to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm sure you've dreamed of it your whole career. Hopefully it works out. Like I said, he probably grew up a Laker fan. So I'm glad to see him get to live his dream. Hopefully it works out. If it works out for him, it works out for us. So there we go. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm somewhat familiar with his game.
No,
He's
you're not.
Yes, I am somewhat. So he's herky jerky. He's another scorer. He can get downhill. He can penetrate. And when he was
Whoa.
with D'Lo, that was D'Lo's solely All-Star year. So they're cool. They'll hold each other accountable. And also, too, he played with Rui in Washington, and he played with Torian in Brooklyn. And he played with Christian Wood, I believe, in Dallas as well. So he has familiarity with some of the guys already. Um, I think he'll come in and play the role Dennis Schroeder did for the most part last year, and his scoring picks up in the playoffs as well. So, and he's a better shooter than what the numbers are saying this year. Like a lot of Brooklyn's insiders are basically saying the other day that he kind of tuned out on the team this season, and it started like this doing whatever because he was tired of being there.
For his career, uh, four seasons he's played in the playoffs. For his career, he's averaging 40.6% shooting threes in the playoffs.
There you go.
Go off.
And he'll get what?
What did he average last year, Mitch? Just
Last year in the playoffs.
regular season.
Oh, in the regular season.
Yeah, because I can follow. I mean, I believe what Shane is saying. If those Brooklyn people are saying he tuned them out, because I bet on him, and I'll be betting on him like, bruh, please, what's the problem, Dinwiddie?
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, he's been a good player. He's like a good little six. When at his best, he's a good little 16 to 17 points, 5, 6, 7 assists. He's been that type of player at his best.
So last season he went from Dallas to Brooklyn. So in total he played 79 games. He averaged 34.5 minutes. He shot 43.8% from the field. He shot 36.9% from three last season. Uh, Average 3.4 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, 1.8 turnovers, 17.3 points a game last season for
Right.
Dallas and Brooklyn. Spent the majority in Dallas.
Right.
Either way.
So basically, once Dallas lost Brunson, they replaced him with Dinwiddie,
Yeah.
and basically, I guess that wasn't working out, so they shipped him out. Then he
Right.
played basically, about a season, or it's not even a full season with Brooklyn, maybe. And how old is he? Is he 30 yet?
He's 30, and he's taller than what he looked like. He's 6'5".
6'5". But he's been a journeyman already, and he's now reached a point in his career where
6'5", 215.
yeah, he's reached a point in his career where he got bought out. That speaks for itself. When you start getting
Well,
bought out,
that's misleading. He got bought out because they didn't want to pay his bonus.
Can you explain to us and the people why, or do either of y'all know, Anthony? I think you're kind of saying that they were saying he kind of mentally checked out. Why? I'm wondering why he mentally checked out.
Because
well,
they were losing.
Brooklyn, yeah, they're not good. They're kind of, and it's like it's almost worse when you're.
And he's a different personality.
Kind
Like
of.
I think the COVID year when he I think it was when he was in Brooklyn, he went to management and asked instead of getting paid in regular dollars, he asked to be paid in crypto.
That's right.
So he does different things.
But like Brooklyn is not good. They made all those trades last year, but he got traded for Kyrie. No, he didn't get traded for. Did he get traded for? He got traded for Kyrie, and then Jack Vaughn did a good job last year keeping them afloat and helping them still be a playoff team. And then this year they came out and they just couldn't. They're like they're god awful, but they're not a playoff team. So he's just ready. He was ready for something else. But he's better than 39% shooting and 32% from three.
So y'all foresee his numbers going up?
Yeah, he'll get more wide open looks.
Yeah, I don't. It's just a matter of, it's like Galvis always says, right? Bro, guys come in, they don't play well with LeBron. Guys come to the Lakers and they don't play well.
Well, I'm not
So
sure as far as the jumper. I'm not sure how quickly that will fall, but I think he'll find ways to get to the lane and get to the foul line and get his buckets that way.
that's just what I always respected about Kyrie, is that even when Kyrie was playing with LeBron, he just played his game. Everybody, that's what we need. We need everybody. You see, when the Lakers beat the Pelicans on Friday, that's what it was about. It was five guys, all five starters scored 20 points, right?
Yeah.
So
No. Yeah.
you need D'Lo and Austin and Ruri playing like whatever. Don't wait for LeBron and
Exactly.
AD. Go and play your game. And that's what Dinwiddie needs to do. That's what all these guys need to do on this team.
I think
That's
that's
when
what
we're at our best.
I think that's what clicked for D'Angelo. He even said as much. I realized I need to be aggressive. Me trying to be passive is making me like play not good. So yeah, we've obviously seen the uptick in D'Angelo's overall production ever since he realized, quote unquote, and he needs to be aggressive and, like you said, just play his own game.
And this got overlooked, and probably gonna still be overlooked, but it says a lot about him and AD's relationship for the fact that AD don't do no podcast at all, and he comes on D'Lo's podcast to talk, and he invited him to his house to chill. Like AD don't do that. So
I would also like to point out that Vito truly believed that D'Angelo could play like this, and Shane Murray did not.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You didn't think that he could do.
He put in words in my mouth.
You didn't think that he could consistently put up 20 points a game playing with LeBron. You did not.
I said he didn't need to do that, and I was wrong on that end. And I admitted that. So we can move on with the whole, trying to put me in my place type of shit. So continue.
No, I just like to point out when you lie to the people.
I never lie.
You lied on D'Angelo's name.
No, I didn't.
I think you owe D'Angelo an apology.
I've always been a D'Angelo fan. I'm the main one supporting him, so I own shit.
It was like, but you wavered in your support.
No, I never did.
You didn't believe he could do 20 plus.
I didn't. Not that I didn't believe. It's just the fact I didn't. You're playing with AD and you're playing with LeBron. There's only so many shots to go around when you're playing with those two, especially Bron. Then he's losing ball handling duties to Bron and Austin. So unless you're gonna be like, fuck it, this is my shot, I'm taking it type shit. Only so many shots you don't get.
That's the thing.
And that's basically what he's been doing. So
I mean, the thing about it was he was already getting enough shots to get 20. He just had to make a couple more. That's the thing.
But also too, his game is predicated off his jump shot. So he's making a jump shot. Sky's the limit. If he's not gonna penetrate enough to score enough.
What effing game was that he couldn't even? He was actually going to the rack, but he couldn't get it. He couldn't buy a layup. Was it the Celtic game? It might have been the Celtic game.
Probably so.
Goodness.
Yeah.
He was. Damn, dude. I mean, thank goodness he stayed in it. But
he's improved over the years in that end. Because as a rookie, he wouldn't go to the hole at all. But I mean, that's just not his. That's not his. I won't say it's not his forte. It's not his primary goal. He trying to shoot threes.
Well, y'all, late as hell, tired as hell. Been on the move all weekend, but
so that's that. Good luck, Dinwiddie.
Good luck. Welcome to LA, baby.
Welcome home.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least.
We got Detroit tomorrow. Hopefully, I mean that. Do we need to preview Detroit? Detroit has been playing there since they were 2-28.
Stop it! Don't do that.
What are they like? No. I think they're 8-44 now.
Oh my goodness!
So,
anyway,
break them up. The 8-44 Pistons.
Lakers at home with their new addition. Come on, man.
Please.
Not giving it. No, I'm not giving the dog. You don't need to turn your camera off too, though. Anyway, no, not. We're not doing that. Listen, if they want to be serious, contenders, they need to beat the Pistons tomorrow. No, hands down, no excuses. LeBron, AD need to be sitting down in the fourth quarter. The starters, matter of fact, all the starters need to be sitting down in the fourth quarter. We need to wrap this game up in 3 quarters against the Pistons tomorrow and get ready for Utah on Wednesday.
On the bench, wrapping those knees up, icing those knees like Magic and Kareem.
And for the record, Detroit did a dirty with how they did them Radmanovich offers.
You're going back to Radmanovich? Are you talking about Bogdanovich?
Huh?
Did you say Bogdanovich or Radmanovich?
Bogdanovich.
Sorry.
They did us dirty with them offers.
Right. They're trying to bleed us.
Let them
But
go with 2 second-round picks, and you're trying to get 2 first-round from us.
and then let's see what else. And then we got
Lakers
at
checks.
Utah on Wednesday. Utah is like about a 500 team.
Utah on Wednesday. It'll be a road game, and that'll be the last game before the All-Star break. So what are we thinking? 2-0 or 1-1?
I'm
What are we
thinking
2-0.
It
And
better
we've
be.
already won.
It should be 2-0.
Since we were at since we what else happened after we recorded? We lost to Denver on Thursday, and then came back and we beat the Pelicans on Friday. That Denver game was like that's like when Bruce Brown said that last year, like they felt like they never felt like they were ever going to lose to us in that series.
Dude, I'm just like, oh man, listen, Antho, these damn Nuggets. These damn Nuggets are just too much. They're just too much for us, bro. Like
Cap.
it literally just came down to 2 fucking possessions, Antho. How crazy is that?
If D'Lo
Austin,
plays, we
what
win.
up, player? Austin comes down, ties the game with a 3. Jamal Murray comes down, puts them back up 3. We come down, we miss. Murray comes back down, hits a floater. We're down 5 with a minute left now. It's like, what just happened here? Listen, and don't try to give me, oh, well, if D'Lo played. Listen, D'Lo played in all 4 games in the playoffs. D'Lo played on opening night. This is at some point you're gonna have to accept
Fuck
the
that.
Nuggets
Denver will always
have
be
something.
fuck them.
I mean, it was tied at 104, right? And they just
Yeah.
snapped their fingers and went on the 10-0 run.
It happened really. I mean, so like I said, the 5-0 definitely happened super quick, right? And then we come down, we miss again, and oh my gosh, Antho, dude, Austin, he, he made the right play in theory. It might have been against the wrong player. So normally, when you've got a guy who's holding the ball out like this,
Oh, that play.
with his back turned to you, you go and blindside him and you steal it. Somehow, some way, the Joker turned into Patrick Mahomes, and he either felt it and moved it a little bit, or Austin just missed it. But either way, if the ball is right here, Austin goes right over it, misses it. Joker feels it, realizes it's Austin Reeves, turns, hits Michael Porter Jr. in the corner, and he basically hits. Basically, that was pretty much the dagger right there. Then we're down 8. We come down, we miss again, and then we're down 10, and it's like, all right, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
If we get that steal, I mean, if we get that steal, what, we're down 3 at that point? Because I mean, that's clear. That's got to be a dunk, right? Like,
people were like,
so, I don't know, man.
I saw somebody say that Joker play you talked about where he felt Austin coming, and people were like, "This is not normal. How did he know Austin was coming?" And some people were saying, "Well, he heard footsteps and stuff like that, but like he didn't see him, and he moved like directly out of the way of how Austin was coming for the ball." So it's like
Austin just missed it.
It's like a sixth sense or something. Man,
Bro,
that Joker sure is great, Shane.
He had some pocket. Listen, he had some pocket presence on that play. Let me tell you, because
pocket presence. That's what it is. He can feel the rush coming.
Bro, I felt so deflated after that. I was just like, come on, man. Like, are you effing serious, bro? Like, and listen, I know Shane Murray doesn't see it, but listen, this kid he just plays basketball, man. It's the wildest thing. He makes normal plays, and they don't. These normal plays apparently don't impress Shane Murray. But what I'll say about the Joker, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but it's crazy, right? Like I think everybody was like so impressed, and like even Spectrum, Sportsnet, they were highlighting Anthony Davis, how he was passing the ball lately and getting all these assists. And in my head, I'm like, it's wild because the Joker does this every night.
Every night.
Every night.
Every year.
The way that we were praising AD for passing out of the double and getting all these assists, and still doing all the other parts of his game. That's how the Joker plays every night.
So
got a headache.
That's that.
You can have a headache all you want. The stats don't lie. The plays don't lie. That's how he passes the ball.
Fuck Joker.
All right, look.
That's how he plays every night.
Listen. The Kobe statue was unveiled. It was a beautiful ceremony with Stu Evans as the host. Heard from Phil Jackson. We heard from Derek Fisher. Who else spoke?
Jeannie spoke. Vanessa spoke. So it was
D-Fish.
Vanessa, then D-Fish.
Kareem.
Then
Phil.
Then Kareem, then Phil.
Yeah, Kareem spoke.
And obviously Stu Lance gave a little something at the beginning.
And of course, all throughout the crowd, there were Laker luminaries, past and present.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying, man. But that's the type of get together. It's weird because Kobe's passed on, and Wilt passed a long time ago. Elgin Baylor passed, but still, man, the heavy hitters we can bring out when we get together in this Lakers franchise, man, to have a ceremony. Please, no, there's not a team in basketball, pretty much in sports, that can match it. And so, anyway, yeah. What did you guys think of this? Of course, the big kind of surprise was that it would be 3 statues. The first one was unveiled, and it was Kobe, basically his walking off the court with his index finger pointing to the sky after scoring 81 points against the Raptors. What did you guys think of the statue? I know Mitchell said that he wanted it to be the Game 7 on the scorers table.
Definitely.
But Vanessa said that it was Kobe's choice, so that's the pose he chose. So if you don't like it, tough shit. So,
bro, listen, Vanessa hit us with the tough shit, and I was just like, yeah, fair enough. I mean, shit, what can I say? Yeah, no, tough shit indeed. But so I actually, so I was actually out eating, but they were playing the ceremony, so I'm basically watching with no sound. Initial reaction, seeing the statue was disappointment. Not gonna lie to you, it was, disappointment. I was like, oh, it's the 81, pose, white jersey. Listen, statue looks amazing. The statue looks amazing for sure. Nothing against the actual statue itself. So, watching it with no sound, you're like, oh, damn, okay, so 80, we went with the 81. Okay. And you see the 8 on the front, initial reaction is like, oh, got to be like the 24 on the back then, right? Like, what the heck is happening? So, initial reaction watching with no sound was disappointment. But rewatching it with sound, hearing that there's going to be 3 statues, I'm okay with this first one. I like the first one now. It's like, okay, that the 8 for the 81 pose for the 8 statue, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it for sure. So still on record, the 24 statue, I still want it to be Game 7, Boston, hands out, confetti all around. Obviously, there won't be confetti, but hands out on the scorer's table, Game 7, Boston for the 24 statue. My prediction, I haven't looked it up or anything like that, so my prediction will be that hopefully they'll unveil the 24 statue on Mamba Day, August 24th.
I think that is the date, if I'm not mistaken.
It would. I mean, it would make sense.
Dan, your thoughts on this first statue?
It wasn't the pose I was thinking about, but I get it because that game did have sentimental value to him because that was the only game his grandmother came to. And then when you think about pointing the sky, basically sentimental value you're pointing to Jesus being in the sky, so you can always point to them. So, but it was bittersweet for me, you know what I'm saying? Because like Kobe should be there. That's his moment. I mean, Gigi should be here. She should be killing it on her way to college, playing ball. I feel like that was taken. It's like it's dope but crazy at the same time that he got 2 jerseys retired. He's getting 3 statues, but cats like Stephen A. don't want to put him in the GOAT conversation. But that's me. But it was dope to see how detailed it was from getting his tattoos, to his facial structure and everything. And Lakers did it right. So it was so nice.
So now that we have the knowledge that there's going to be 3 statues, right? Obviously, one is going to be of Gigi and him. The next one coming will be the 24. So obviously, this first statue was always going to be of number 8. Now, you said that it wasn't the one you were thinking of. So what pose for number 8 Kobe were you thinking it would be then?
I didn't think they were going to do it like that. I thought they were going by its best poses. I thought it was either going to be the Game 7 or the jersey tuck.
Okay, but now with the information that we have, what number 8 pose would you go with?
I think that was the best one because I would have guessed like one of his dunks or maybe the old Kobe crossover.
How about the one where because first of all, if it's number 8, I'm going with a Kobe Afro.
Kobe. Ooh, good thinking.
Because that was my favorite Kobe period, right? How about the one where he's holding the trophy in Philadelphia?
That would have been cold.
Huh?
That would have been cold.
Yeah, that would have been real. That would have been hard work to make that one. He's wearing a jacket and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Does Kobe have an iconic? Maybe the one where remember in Indiana where he won Game 4.
I was thinking about that one too. Yeah.
He pushing down. Maybe that one.
That's the one I was gonna say. That's the one I was gonna say.
Or there's a few because when they were winning championships, I'm trying to think, against. Remember when we won in 2000, and he was about to get married to Vanessa, and he's walking off the court and he points at the ring finger and it had a double meaning because he was about to win his first ring and he was about to get married. So there's a few, but they're probably more iconic Kobe poses for sure from when he was 24 after he cut his hair. But um, but yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing what the next two statues look like, and shout out to the first statue and the guys, people who made it. Have you guys been over there yet to look at it in person?
Not
But
yet.
you're planning to though.
Definitely waiting. Definitely waiting for it to like die down. Man, you see the first day, it's like, man, they were saying people will travel from Germany and Taiwan
That's what
just
I'm
to see the
saying, though,
doggone
Mitch.
statue.
That's what I was saying. It's gonna be like because I'll go over there and it's usually before this it was like if people will be over there, but
Yeah.
now that it's gonna be like people who go to the Eiffel Tower. You
Oh
know,
my gosh, bro.
that's
That's
that.
wild.
That's how it's that's the level of icon and
Man,
hero Kobe Bryant was to so many people. You know, it's gonna be like that, man. Every day, there'll be people who came from all over the world to see that statue. Um, but yeah, so moving on to the Super Bowl. Um, it was Chiefs 25, Niners 22 in overtime. Patrick Mahomes, his version of the drive, leads the Chiefs down the field in OT and does what goats do, Brady like, Montana like. And the Chiefs have now won 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. First team to go back to back since the '03 and '04 Patriots.
yep.
Mahomes is only 28. His resume is outlandish for somebody who's only 28 years old. I
Hmm.
mean, geez, Louise, man. uh, and I don't know. People are already, people even before the game, people are already putting him in the GOAT discussion. Everything he does from here on out is only going to add to that, or maybe subtract from it if he doesn't, if he has a few hiccups here and there, like he had against the Bengals a few years ago. That's the thing about it, man, is it's a long career, and Monty Jones likes to call Mahomes. He likes to call Mahomes Jordan, but Jordan was perfect, right? Brady, a long career where he played 23 years. The man lost in the Super Bowl 3 times. He had, he lost in the AFC Championship games. It happens, you know. So and Mahomes has already lost the Super Bowl and lost in the AFC Championship game a couple times, especially that one against the Bengals. That one was really bad. So, but it's a long career, and it's really not until the people like to, make these declarations while people are still playing, and especially like the guy's still in his prime. He's only 28. But we'll have to. It's not until the end of his career that we'll be able to look back and fully, assess and properly assess the magnitude of this man. But obviously, he is. I would say now, I still have him behind because I go when I talk about greatness, I go career wise. Like accolades over time or for the whole
Yeah.
career. So I'm still going Brady 1,
Yeah.
going Montana 2.
Okay.
But after that,
It's
you know,
Mahomes.
yeah, Peyton
Yeah.
Manning won 2 titles and
Yeah. No,
5 MVPs, but
no,
the
no
two
need to
super
sugarcoat it. Yeah, Mahomes number 3 already.
already, you
At
know,
worst, bro. At worst.
at worst, man is amazing. uh, but what did you guys think of that? If you don't want to talk about the game, maybe you want to talk about Usher. I don't know. You guys have anything to say about any of that?
Uh, I got Mahomes. Fuck it. I got Mahomes number 2 already. I'm putting him over Montana. Sorry. Move over, Joe. Mahomes is here. I only have Brady ahead of him, and it's obviously, like you said, the career of Brady. You can't you can't look past it. Mahomes still has to do it, uh, but obviously we can see that he is on the goat trajectory. Uh, Last night for me, he moved ahead of Joe Montana. Sorry, Joe. Um, I only got Brady ahead of Patrick Mahomes at this point. The Chiefs, I mean, is man, their defense, like, whew, game started off slow, 0-0 after the first quarter. Niners ended up striking. Oh man, Mahomes, he gave it that was a damn, oh my gosh, that was a dime that he threw to um was it MVS? It was MVS, right?
Marquez Valdez, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. That was a damn dime between two defenders. Are you kidding me? What was it however many yards it was? That was a damn dime, and that drive ended with a Pacheco fumble in the red zone. So who knows? And I saw on Twitter that the Niners touchdown, the Christian McCaffrey touchdown on the trick play, it actually should have been called back for ineligible man downfield. So man, Mahomes even overcame the refs last night. How wild is that? You know? Um, but when it comes down to winning time, he made all of the plays. He made the plays in the fourth quarter. He made the plays in overtime. When it got to 4th and 1, I'm like, just put the ball in his hands. And what they do, it was basically like a triple option. He got the yards. I looked around. There's some people at the watch party rooting for the Niners. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you think it was going to be in anybody else's hands but Patrick Mahomes? Hell no. Nah. So, listen, like you said, Antho, goats do what goats do. And last night, Mahomes did what he does. He made it happen. A lot of stuff happened. The Travis Kelsey thing, I don't think that's nothing. I think that's just kind of heat of the moment. I don't think he was saying anything like super negative. I don't think he meant to knock Andy Reid off balance either. I think he came up to him. He's trying to close talk him, and he's like, "Come on, man, please, man, let me in there, coach." Type of thing. More
That's
of
cap,
like
but
F
okay.
you, F you, F you. Listen, uh, when they do it, to black receivers, I do the same. I say the same thing. I don't think he's saying anything negative. I'm gonna give good old Travis Kelsey the same benefit of the doubt that I personally would give to other receivers that are black as well. So I'm gonna give him the same benefit of the doubt. I don't think he was saying anything super negative. It's like I never thought, the way they tried to portray like To yelling, on the sidelines, or Diggs yelling on the sideline, or any receiver that's yelled on the sidelines. I never characterized them as like you know, saying anything negative and anything like that. So I'm gonna give them the same benefit of the doubt. Until we hear the sound, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of these clowns have never been in the heat of battle. They never been, they never been in a situation like that. So they don't understand the emotions. So I'm not gonna give the same analysis as some of these other clowns. Um, Halftime, Usher. He killed it. He killed it. He killed it. Listen, I almost took my damn shirt off. Usher had me feeling some type of way. Shout out to Alicia Keys. Her voice cracked at the beginning, but like a true professional, she reeled it back in and she finished strong. So shout out to Alicia Keys. Special shout out to Swiss Beats for being okay with Usher putting his hands all on his wife's damn hips. Yeah, I seen you. Listen, Usher, man, the way he hugged Alicia Keys, man, and this fool thought it was 2004 again. When
Facts.
they, when they made that song, they was both single, wasn't they? Oh my gosh, man, that fool
I heard a
Usher.
rumor today that they used to date.
Man, listen, way Usher was, the way both them fools were smiling, them fools were acting like it was 2004 and it's all good and they both singing. And then, but man, hell of a performance by those two. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri's Stupid Socks. Shout out to Lil Jon, who put on a little muscle. Shout out to Ludacris for letting the hair out. Shout out to Usher on the roller skates. Man, hell of a performance, man. It's definitely up there. I still got, Dre, Snoop, and the Crew as my favorite over of all time. That I don't think that's ever going to change, but but he's got to be, that's got to be like top 5, has to be. I'd have to like see some more and like think back on it, but that's got to be like top 5 for sure. That's all I got. Hell of a game, man. We got an overtime game in the Super Bowl for the second time. How wild. Hell of a game. No matter who won, that was a hell of a game for sure.
Okay.
I was surprised it was so much of a defensive game for most of the game. Pat Mahomes does it again. Back to 28 years old with 3 Super Bowl rings and MVPs. Bow down to him. But at the same time, got to give a shout out to Andy Reid too. Andy Reid was in his bag with some of the play calls in the fourth. I feel like for them to cut back though, they got to retool that offense, probably get some better receivers. You got one receiver with a healthy scratch, another receiver who barely getting targets. You got to give him some more weapons. Overall, the game pretty solid. I'm just happy the 49ers didn't win. Fuck the Niners.
Oh, damn.
Pew, pew, pew.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why you shooting at the Bang Bang Niner gang? It's wild.
Pew, pew. So much for the Bang Bang Niner gang.
Ooh,
Anyway, Usher, my all-time favorite singer, so I was hyped for him to do it. At first, I liked it, but didn't love it. And then I rewatched it. It's like, oh shit, yeah, that was it. Be 45 to sing, dance, and skate all at once. You know what I'm saying? Then bring up Jackson State Marching Band.
Oh shit! Oops. Shout out to her. Shout out to her as well.
On the guitar.
Yeah. Sorry. Shout out to her.
Bad as fuck and doing the guitar. So, yeah, hell of a halftime show. People was hating, and it was overall good enough. I thought I was gonna miss the whole situation because I had to work, but ended up seeing the whole thing, including the halftime show. Saw the whole game, so can't be mad. Even though I wanted my Cowboys to be there, but
Let's not start that. Yeah, man.
And for the record, for these betting people that already got the 49ers as a favorite to go back, I think you lost your mind. You're not smoking too much weed.
Well, I mean, it's obviously just a way too early projection.
Still though, I don't.
It's the projections are based off what we know so far. Obviously, if they lose a guy like Ayuk, then obviously that projection would change.
That Achilles injury was terrible.
Take the projection as it is they're looking at the team as it is right now, and that team as it is right now just played in the Super Bowl. So yes, they're predicting them to go back next year. But if something changes, obviously the prediction will change as well. Come on, man. Stay with us. Stay with us now. Come on.
I'm here.
There you go. Come on, man. He's obviously, okay.
All right.
We get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Usher. I was only halfway paying attention when he was performing, but Usher, man, I remember when You Make Me Wanna and Nice and Slow. When that first came out, I was like, that was like '97, wasn't it? We were like
One of the first
nine.
albums I ever got was My Way.
Well, we were like 9, 10 years old, and I still remember that. I remember like what. Remember, I used to go to my cousin's house and where she was living and stuff like that. So, uh, shout out to Usher, man. He deserves it. He's had a legendary career, and
He's made
congratulations to
$100 million on his residency.
right, and congratulations to first of all, Alicia Keys in her 40s still looks stunning.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, yeah.
Mhm.
and then shout out to the Chiefs. Shout out to Andy Reid. Andy Reid's from LA. He went to John Marshall High School.
You said
I
Andy
know that.
Reid?
Andy Reid is from Los Angeles, bro. He's from the
Get
Los
the
Feliz
hell
area.
out of here!
I think Los Feliz over by Dodger Stadium. But he went to John Marshall, man. He's LA. So
Wow.
shout out Andy Reid, shout out Mahomes and Kelsey and all the guys, Chris Jones. These are all time players we're talking about here and coaches. And then as far as the 49ers go, man, I feel sorry for the 49ers because I have no problem with them. Shanahan's a good coach. His dad was a great coach. Like McCaffrey, like their players, and they keep knocking on the door. And I hope that they get through one day.
I
Um,
don't.
um,
Well, I mean, Mahomes. I mean, he's still gonna be around for a while, so it's hard to see, but things happen. But
I
do
will
y'all
say
think
this: Lamar Cummings.
all right, look,
stop? Do y'all
right
think it
here.
was a mistake? Do y'all think it was a mistake that the Niners took the ball first in
Yeah.
overtime?
No, I think it's a mistake. They didn't know the rules.
Well, the thing about it is Shanahan knew the rules.
Right, but his team didn't. That's the problem.
Well, it don't matter if his team didn't. Listen, the captains are instructed what to do when they go up there. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
Well,
All right, look.
for your players to come out after the game and be like, we didn't know the overtime rules, that's not a good look.
it's definitely not a good look. I'm just saying Shanahan knew the rules.
Look, Mitch, right here at the end, can you give like a 2-minute review of Kanye's new joint album with
Dollar
the great
sign,
Ty Dolla Sign?
dollar sign, dollar sign. Listen, just like Patrick Mahomes, just like Brady, just like Kobe, just like MJ. Listen, goats do what goats do. Kanye is at it again with more fire for your speakers. This album, just like all of his albums, all of his albums are so cohesive and they just blend and they flow. Beats fire as usual. I mean, production top notch as usual. And he's back rapping again, man. He got Dollar Sign. Dollar Sign's voice is so velvety smooth. It makes you want to take a nap. You got appearances from his daughter, Northwest, your bestie, Miss Westy. Listen, I've been listening to the album nonstop, and it just has that Kanye vibe that you just really vibe to, man. And no skips, no skips. You just listen, you just kind of vibe out to it, man. We were actually in the Bay this weekend for for Sheila's cousin Jessica's baby shower. Shout out to cousin Jessica for having her first boy. I listen. Me, Sheila, and cousin Patty had to share a hotel room. So I had cousin Patty, vibing out to the Kanye. She left the Bay with a whole new level of respect for Kanye. She didn't know, but now she knows. She's with it. So shout out to cousin Patty for vibing out to the Kanye with me. Yeah, man. I mean, what an album. It's gonna take me some more listens and some more time to really rank it. amongst his other albums, because at this point he's just kind of competing with himself. I don't know if it's better than Donda. So, it's definitely got to be below. It's definitely below Donda right now for me. And obviously, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Graduation, those are still at the top. So we'll see where this one lands, against his other albums. But like I said, overall, fire. Kanye does it again.
All right, look, we're out of time. Is there anything you'd like to say to an old friend of ours?
Yeah, so Herbert wanted to come on and he wanted to express his genuine love for Alicia Keys and gush over how she wears no makeup and everything like that. But once again, Shane Murray's nonsense has just stymied Herbert, has not allowed him to come on once again. So sorry, Herbert, we ran out of time.
Sorry, Herbert. All right, so before we get out of here, just a few reminders. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, or subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcast.
Shout out to
Make sure
all
to follow the show on Twitter
all the
and
people
Instagram
from the Bay.
at
Shout out to cousin Billy.
to like it on Facebook.
I took his
Complete
safety
Lakers
pin in
podcast.
that damn baby shower
And
game.
finally,
I'm the champ.
send
Go
feedback
Lakers,
and
cousin Billy.
mailback questions
Take
to
that,
Complete
sucker.
Lakers podcast.
I know they heard, man. So shout out to
We
cousin Billy.
are
Shout out to cousin Jessica. Shout out to cousin Patty. Shout out to Sheila. Not shout out to Herbert, but